you for joining us for this week's KHSD News. I'm Erin Briscoe Clark. Stockdale High School has been crowned the champion of the 40th annual academic decathlon. The competition is hosted by the Kern County Superintendent of Schools. The reigning champs competed virtually against high schools from across the county in 10 categories. School teams were made up of 9 students in grade 9 through 12. Rounding out the top 10 place teams are second place, Arvin High School, third place, Frontier High School, fourth place, Wasco High School, fifth place, West High School, sixth, Highland High School, 7th place, Cesar Chavez High School, 8th place, Independence High School, 9th place, Liberty High School, and 10th place, Mira Monte High School. And here's a look at the overall individual top scores. In the honors division, first place, Sarah Mendoza, Frontier High School. Second place, Lucas Batista, Arvin High School. Third place, Diego Rubio, Arvin High School. In the scholastic division, first place, Carrera Grumling, Stockdale High School. Second place, Emily Downey, Stockdale High School. Third place, Jocelyn Navarro, Wasco High School. And in the varsity division, first place goes to David Chamberlain, Frontier High School. Second place, Jared Carr, Stockdale High School. Third place, Adriel Madrigal, Stockdale High School. Congratulations to all of the teams for a job well done. Stockdale will represent Kern County in the California Academic Decathlon competition. More congratulations are in store for Centennial High School's We the People team, which finished 4th at the state competition. Students Emma Eckert, Bella Perez, David Perez, and Olivia Byron competed in Unit 2 and was the highest scoring Unit 2 in the state. Go Hawks! South High's admin team rolled out to honor their students. On Wednesday and Thursday, they handed out honor roll certificates and treats to students in the parking lot. 748 students made it on the first semester honor roll list, and 262 students earned straight A's. Keep up the great work. Bakersfield High School's virtual enterprise firm, Trekkers, is advancing to the state finals. BHS was named one of the top 8 teams in the Western region and will be advancing to the business plan competition. The top 5 firms will then move on to the national competition. We wish the Trekkers the best of luck. Mira Monte welcomed its new principal, Roman Aguilar, earlier this month. We spoke with Mr. Aguilar to get to know him a little bit better.
I was born and raised in Bakersfield, California. I have been a Bakersfield native all my life, and this is where I call home. I went to Highland High School and Bakersfield College and Cal State University Bakersfield. My favorite memory was just being on campus with all my friends, building relationships with people, teachers, staff members. You know, just the whole high school experience. Started teaching in 1995 at North High School, and spent 10 years there as a teacher. And then I started my administrative career at West High School, where I was a dean for 2 years and the AP assistant principal for 2 years at West High. From there, I've moved on to the adult school for 4 years, and now in my position as the Director of Alternative Education for 5.5 years. My favorite football team is the Army West Point Black Knights. I like bacon wrapped shrimp. That's probably one of my favorites. It is. I enjoy either golfing or fly fishing. When I get a chance, I'd like to go out and just to get outside and just be active as much as possible. Work in high school. I worked through college, and I was actually started as a bus monitor and noon aide at Washington Junior High School. So I'm really looking forward to being back on a comprehensive high school campus, being around the students and staff on a daily basis and getting to know students and staff and building relationships and growing the school as a community.
We continue to celebrate Black History Month by highlighting the Pioneers of Bakersfield. These are the men and women who have demonstrated resilience and perseverance to make our community a better place, like retired Bakersfield Police Chief Lyle Martin. Here's his story.
I'm Lyle Martin, right here in Bakersfield, California, southeast Bakersfield, near the Bakersfield Air Park. Most people know it as the Cottonwood and Watts Drive area.
Bakersfield has always been home to Lyle Martin, a community that helped shape the man he is today, a community he made a mission to give back to. Before moving up in the ranks in the Bakersfield Police Department to becoming the chief of police, Martin came from humble beginnings.
I'm the youngest of three. I have two older siblings, one sister and one brother, and they both assisted in raising me while my parents worked back then. My father's from Texas, and he was a Korean War veteran. He went on to become a self-employed barber. My mom's from Oklahoma, and she was part of the Okies when they came out here in the 30s, and she was an instructional assistant for the Bakersfield City School District.
Martin describes growing up in Bakersfield interesting due to the fact it was sectioned off.
Kind of isolated to everybody, like a little 10-block area of your neighborhood. When we talk about race and race relations, it's come to the forefront in the last decade, but these issues were at the forefront when I was an adolescent as well. It seems like it's very cyclical. Being bused in elementary and junior high school exposed me to different people and different cultures that I would not have been exposed to had I attended my neighborhood. So this gave me a perspective that many of my friends and family did not have in regards to my attitude towards people who look differently, education and professional development.
Martin says he faced his fair share of obstacles, but nothing like the one he was about to take on while attending South High School.
I think one of the bigger obstacles for me growing up was being a teen parent. I mean, I was told by so many people that I had ruined my life and I would not be able to accomplish much. And although it was stressful and at times a bit overwhelming, I believe it made me even more determined to succeed and provide motivation that I was maybe been lacking at the time. Because being a good father and community contributor were important, and proving people who doubted me wrong was just a bonus.
Martin says he was fortunate to have a supportive family, teachers, and coaches in his life to help keep him on the right path.
Coach Hank Washington over at South High and Principal Janine Thompson, what a great inspiration those two were. They believed in me. They backed me. I mean, even Hank Washington was a basketball coach, but he was also an art teacher. And that side of my brain doesn't always connect, but I mean, he was patient and taught me how to express myself in different ways.
With a community of support behind him and the drive to succeed, Martin went on to attend college.
Originally, I was going to be a registered nurse when I started out at Cal State University, Bakersfield. But I quickly found out that I didn't have I had the right attitude, but I didn't have the aptitude for being nursing and all of the biology and anatomy and those types of things. They just really didn't excite me. So I couldn't get behind that. My uncle Billy was a Bakersfield police officer in the 80s. So I went and talked to him and talked about, what drives me, what I believe in, and those types of things. And he steered me towards the Bakersfield Police Department. And, he was very instrumental in telling me that I could have a very promising career there.
And he followed his uncle's advice.
I always said that I wanted the city to be a place where people could follow and chase their dreams without fear of crime or retribution of others. So that's kind of the position that I took. So I had a lot of great people around me.
Martin was with the department for over 30 years, serving 8 years as the assistant chief and 3 as the police chief before retiring in 2019.
I felt very fortunate to have been the chief here. and in my hometown, and the support that I get from the community, continued support even now, is just awesome. Respect people, not positions. Regardless of where you are in life, you have to be honest.
Today, what is important to Martin is to continue to serve as a mentor in our community. He teaches at the college level, continues to be involved in the Police Activities League and school events. And for our future leaders, he has this advice to share.
Be humble and admit you are or you were wrong. In my opinion, one of the critical keys to great leadership is the courage to admit and learn from a mistake. And I see so many young people who, for some reason, are just afraid to say, I was wrong or I'm sorry. And I don't know how we got there, but we need to get back there, because nothing strengthens a relationship more with other people, with organizations, and with your community than just humble honesty.
Throughout February, we will be celebrating the achievements of African American individuals locally and throughout history. To see more videos, staff spotlights, school celebrations, and resources, visit our Black History Month page at kernhigh.org. And finally, Kern Valley High School is welcoming new additions to the BRONC family. Here is Principal Myers holding one of 2 lambs born recently, and the births came at the perfect time. The campus has a new sheep barn and lambing pens for them to enjoy. Thank you for watching this week's KHSD News. To stay connected to the Kern High School District, just follow us on Twitter at KHSD_official and online at kernhigh.org. See you next time.